Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana and today is day number 26 of our Manifesting Through Faith series. We are approaching the end of the series, which you can find inside this channel under the playlist titled Manifesting Through Faith. Alright, let's begin reading some of the verses from the Proverbs of the day. It shouldn't snow in summer or rain at harvest, neither should a foolish person ever be honored. Curses will not harm someone who is innocent. They are like sparrows or swallows that fly around and never land. Sending a message by a foolish person is like cutting off your feet or drinking poison. A wise saying spoken by a fool is useless as the legs of a crippled person. Giving honor to a foolish person is like tying a stone in a slingshot. A wise saying spoken by a fool is like a thorn stuck in the hand of a drunk. Hiring a foolish person or anyone just passing by is like an archer shooting at just anything. A fool who repeats his foolishness is like a dog that goes back to what it has thrown up. There is more hope for a foolish person than for those who think they are wise. The words of a gossip are like tasty bits of food. People like to gobble them up. Kind words from a wicked mind are like shiny coating on a clay pot. Those who hate you may try to fool you with their words, but in their minds, they are planning evil. People's words may be kind, but don't believe them, because their minds are full of evil thoughts. Lies can hide hate, but the evil will be plain to everyone. Whoever digs a pit for others will fall into it. Whoever tries to roll a boulder down on others will be crushed by it. Liars hate the people they hurt, and false praise can ruin others. Through neuroscience, we know that the more that we continue to strengthen beliefs, it could be of any kind, the more that those neural pathways get stronger. And when that happens, we are going to continue to get more alike in our reality. This is why it's so important to exercise discernment, not only when we're selecting our friends or continuing friendships, but also on what type of content we are giving our attention to. The more that we allow ourselves to delay our journey connecting to that future version of ourselves that we know from a heart-centered place that we are meant to embody. God wants us to be ourselves. The fact that someone has dedicated so much energy on becoming a better person, on becoming more authentic, on gaining clarity on who they are, the more that God can use that person, the more that God can give to that person who can be responsible and honorable, the more blessings are going to overflow, because we were all born worthy and nothing has changed. No matter what happened in our past, no matter what happened in our childhood, no matter what happened last week, last month, last year, in life we're always going to get bombarded by different lessons that are meant to actually make us more powerful, that are meant to transform us, that are meant to allow us to crack open to the other side that we need to embrace in order to live not just from our potential, but be the living embodiment of it. When we embody our future potential that we're not 100% sure or certain that is going to happen, because as cute as it is to fantasize and think about our potential, if we are not actually continuing to flow towards it, if we're not moving towards it, if we are not keeping our focus towards it and not breaking our necks looking back, then it's just going to be a fantasy. And fantasies, they feel good to imagine, but if we're actually not taking inspired action, then we're not going to get closer and closer to that version of ourselves that we want to be able to live as. And a very powerful thing happens when we decide to prioritize ourselves, when we decide to prioritize our growth, when we decide to act, walk, speak, conduct ourselves, laugh, relax, prioritize like our future version. The more that we rehearse that version, the more that God is going to unfold the rest of the path for our eyes. Like when we are driving in the dark and all we can see is the lines ahead of us, and we continue to move forward and closer, and as long as we continue to follow those lines, we know that we're going to get to our destination. So today, let's make a list of the things that we are ready to say goodbye to, the habits that are no longer in alignment with our future version of ourselves, anything that needs to go, and let's write down in a second column the things that we actually want. So the things that no longer serve us and the things that we need to embody. Let's make a list of the things we need to embody, and after you're done with both lists, then you can write down a goodbye letter to the things that you are discarding from your life. And you can either burn it, releasing it, you can either flush it, you can either rip it apart, whatever it is that you feel like it's actually giving you the energy of letting it go. And write down a second letter, but this second letter is for your future self. You can start with, dear future self, I want to thank you for prioritizing me and not giving up. And imagine what is already part of your life that you were praying now for, that has already come into fruition by then. This is very powerful, this is very sacred, and this is another way of communicating with God. And just allow yourself to receive the information that you need. Allow the ideas to flow in. Maybe it will be when you're taking a shower. You get an idea and you know what to do to get closer to that goal, to get closer to the state of your wish already being fulfilled. I hope that this was helpful, and I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for our next chapter. Until then, take care.